Hi, welcome to Lily Sports Beat. I'm Lily, and today I'm talking to a former Major League Baseball player and current broadcaster for Los Angeles Dodgers, Jerry Hairston. Hi, Jerry. Thanks for answering my quick questions with me.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. When did you start working as sports commentator and broadcaster?
Well, I started working officially as a broadcaster for the Dodgers after the 2013 season when I retired from playing baseball. So 2014 was my first year, but I was in broadcasting as a player. So the last 5 years of my career, what I started to do is start to get a lot of reps on MLB Network and ESPN. So that way I could get as many reps as possible on live TV. So when I decided to retire from playing baseball, I could move right into broadcasting. And I was very fortunate. It was perfect timing. I was with the Dodgers, and they had just started a brand new network the year I retired. So I was able to get in with the Dodgers as a broadcaster. And I've been with the Dodgers, being an analyst for them for the last 13 years.
That's really cool. Why
Really cool.
did
It's a
you,
great organization.
yeah, why did you decide to focus on being a sports broadcaster professionally?
Well, I was very fortunate. Growing up, my father played, my grandfather played, and I have a lot of people in my family that were baseball players. So I knew even at a young age that I wasn't going to be playing forever. So even if I had a great career, if I played, 8 years, 10 years, I still would have a long life after playing baseball. So I wanted to do something after my playing career. And what better job is there if you can't play baseball? The next best thing is to talk about baseball. So I wanted to do that. So I prepared myself in my early years. I majored in broadcast communications when I was in college, and then went through play baseball. And like I mentioned earlier, I did a lot of training on my own, a lot of reps, so I could make sure that when I did decide to retire, I could kind of hit the ground running and be prepared to become a broadcaster.
That's really cool. What's the best advice you've ever received from a coach?
The best advice I've ever received from a coach. That is a great question. I've had so many great coaches. My dad was my coach really my whole life. My grandfather was funny. He was tough. He told it like it is. I love the things he would say to me to kind of get me going, get me motivated. But there's a saying that my high school basketball coach, his name is Mark Lindo, he was also one of my baseball coaches as well. When we have basketball, we'd have our film sessions during the middle of the week before our opponent, whoever we're going to play. We'd go through a scouting report to make sure we were prepared on our opposition, who I'm going to be guarding that night, or who I'm going to be guarding this weekend, and the whole scouting report for the team we're going to be playing. And at the very top of the scouting report, he'd always have a phrase. It'd say, "Don't be denied." And that was something that always stuck with me. No matter what, you're going to be injured at times. You're not going to be feeling 100%. No matter what, there's going to be obstacles throughout the course of a game, throughout the course of your life. Things aren't going to go your way all the time. But the grand motivation, the purpose is no matter what, if you have a goal that needs to be reached, don't be denied. Even though it may take an extra uh, practices, a year, couple years to reach your goal, but the process stays the same. Don't be denied, because if you're not denied, if you have that mindset, you will eventually reach that goal.
That's really great advice. What advice would you give to younger people who are pursuing working in sports?
Well, for young people who want to play sports, what my advice to them, especially when they're young, early age of development, 6, 7, 8 years old, 10, 12, my advice, play a variety of sports. Play baseball, play soccer, basketball, tennis, golf, play a variety of things because you really start to become a well-rounded athlete. I think we have, we've lost our way when it comes to that as young coaches, sometimes parents, when they want to specifically have a kid play one sport. I think sometimes as they get a little older, they get burned out. But when you play a variety of sports, you get to develop different muscles, different motor skills, and you become a well-rounded athlete. Then, as you get older, if you want to go in a specific sport, that's fine. But you want to have that foundation first at a younger age. And then as you turn, 14, 15, 16, if you want to start to be specific on a sport, then you can do so.
That's really great advice. And what one word would you use to describe yourself?
One word to describe myself?
Hmm.
That is a tough question. Ooh. I think energetic. I think that's the word people, come up to me. I'm on TV, talk about the Dodgers, and a lot of fans talk about, hey, you have really good energy on TV. I'm very passionate about baseball. I love baseball. And to cover a team like the Dodgers, a team that my last 2 years I played with, and I've been with this organization now for 15 plus years, I'm very energetic when it comes to talking about them and very passionate. So if there was one word to describe me, I would say energetic.
That's a really great word. Thank you so much, Jared. This was so great.
Thank you so much for having me, and you did a tremendous job with the interview. And anytime, we've got to do this again.
Yeah. Philly Sports Bean, I'm Lily.